Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. We're in St James's Park after a 2-0 loss against Newcastle in the Premier League. Charlie, mate, that was, I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it. The best way I could describe it is we played better with 10 men than we did with 11.
Yeah, it's kind of mixed feelings. Obviously disappointed that we've lost this game. It's a big blow, but the situation remains the same. We needed 2 wins before we came here. We still need 2 wins. So from that perspective, nothing's really changed. First 40 minutes was terrible, absolutely terrible. We make a shocking start, real slow. Their press was insane in that first 15, 20 minutes. Lavia gives the ball away in a poor area. Chalobah as well, not great for that goal. Jackson gets himself sent off, which is just pure stupidity of the highest order. There's no need to be why. There's no need to do that. No need to do that. And you put your teammates in a very difficult position, and you've let them down. And you've let the team and the fans down today. However, second half, it makes a change at half time. Reece James to Madueke, which was a good change, and it made a difference. And I don't know what happened second half, but we showed fight, we showed desire, and we were all over them second half. We were miles better than them, mate. You know, he's taken off Anthony Gordon to put Emil Kraft on to try and contain Correa down that left-hand side. You know, we were causing them problems. No one in the box, though, which is an issue. Obviously, if Jackson was there, it might have been a bit different, but even when he does play, he's not particularly present in the box anyway. So I see enough fight in our second half performance to suggest that we can get 6 points from our last 2 games. I was encouraged by what I saw in the second half. We showed fight, we showed desire, and we caused Newcastle problems. And I felt we made them look very ordinary. Obviously, they get the goal at the end. If you're going for it, if you lose 1-0, you lose 2-0, it makes no difference. But it loops off Reece James and goes top bins over Sanchez. There's not really much you can do about it. But it's a weird feeling from this one because it's never nice to lose. We always lose here. But I feel like I've seen enough fight in that second half performance to suggest that we can still do this.
I think I'm going to need you to elaborate a little bit on that.
You don't think we were good second half?
I'm not saying that, but just because we fight doesn't mean we can do it.
No, but I've seen enough from that performance. If we play like that against Man United, we win. Simple. If we play like that against Forest, I think we've got a very good chance of getting a win as well. Now, obviously, it's no Jackson for the last 2 games. So it's not just the fact that he's cost us in this game. He's also put us in a really difficult position for the next 2 games. Because then who do we play up front? And Nkunku's out of the picture. Guiu, fuck knows where he is. He's probably still injured, getting back to fitness. So do you play Tyreek George down the middle for the last 2 games? Didn't even come on today. Do you play Neto down there? Do you go Madueke and Sancho? It's difficult. It is difficult. We're not having a focal point up there. We're going to have to try and be a little bit more clever in that respect. So yeah, I think we can do it, mate. I do think we can do it. I'm not saying we will do it, but I think we're more than capable of doing it. And as I said before, the scenario is exactly the same as before we came here. We still need 2 wins.
How did you find the midfield today? What did you think? Lavia was in there. We had a full strength side in that sense. Obviously, Jackson got sent off, but I mean, the midfield itself, I mean, what did you think about that part of our game?
I thought it was all right, to be honest. I thought it was okay. You know, it maybe not as good as previous weeks, but I didn't think it was terrible. At times in the first half, obviously Newcastle were getting through that midfield so easily, but definitely second half, I thought we were quite tidy in there. Things were tight. Caicedo was better really when he moved into the midfield, and Reece James came on at right back. But Enzo Fernandez was all right today. I didn't have any issues with the midfield today. I think really I thought we defended reasonably well. Really, what we've let ourselves down with is one error at the back for that goal with Lavia giving it away, and then Jackson getting sent off. So football's about fine margins. We were on the wrong end of the fine margins, and we did perform well in that second half, and you could say maybe we deserved the point, but ultimately we lack that cutting edge at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah, I think this was such an important game. Well, we all know it was. I agree. Obviously, we can do it. Don't know if I'm as optimistic.
We weren't expecting to win. Let's be honest, right? Best case scenario today, we were hoping for a draw. We are terrible here. We never win here.
I didn't know what to expect, if I'm honest.
No.
I mean, this was a proper 50-50 in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to win. I felt like we could get a draw in this game. We've got to remember, we've won 1 away game since December, and that was against Fulham a couple of weeks ago. Our record here is awful. And so I would have loved to have won today, and it would have been a big statement of victory, but we're still looking for a big away win from home, which has been a problem this season. It's been a problem for a number of seasons. Now, whether that's a mentality thing, whether that's dealing with high pressure, dealing with intimidating atmospheres maybe, I don't know what it is, but yeah, we are struggling to win away from home, and we are struggling to win big games on the road, and that is a problem.
What do you think changed tactically? Obviously, we had a man less. Why were we able to dominate Newcastle in the second half? What did we do that was effective?
Mate, we were getting the ball wide. Cucurella was a lot more advanced on that left side than he was in the first half. And we were direct. We were taking players on. We were running at them. We were doing all the things that we weren't really doing in the first half. And we were causing problems. Reece James has that opportunity at the end with a header. Maybe he should do a little bit better. It does go quite a way over. But, other than that, we had a good shot from Cucurella. I think there was an effort from Palmer that was tipped over. So we created one or two chances. And look, you can say we deserved a draw from that game, but football's not done. You don't get points for deserving. You've got to do as well. And for as well as we played, ultimately we couldn't stick the ball in the back of the net. But it is funny though how we look at, with the less of the ball that we have, the better we've been. We were better with one man less. It's a weird one. 'Cause, there are positives to take for sure, but then it's another big away game where we've obviously failed to get a result as well. Which the weight goes on. I haven't won a big away game since Arsenal after the Champions League final win that following season. Reece James and Lukaku scored at the Emirates. That was the last time we won at a big ground.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it has, mate. Yeah, of course it has. Emirates, Etihad, Anfield, Old Trafford, here. Bro, we don't win at these grounds. We don't win at those grounds. So I'm not surprised we lost today. For me, it was always going to be about the application and the performance on the pitch. And I felt that application was there for 50 minutes today. Well, certainly for the second half it was there. It wasn't there for the first half, but yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? I'd like to think we can do it, but for me, it's going to come down to we're going to have to go to Forest on the last day and win. And that's again, another pressurised situation.
Similar to last season. That was the last game as well, wasn't it? Can these guys deal with the pressure? I don't know if we can. And that's the problem. Thanks, buddy.
Nice
Thank you.